Good morning, students. Today I am going to start chapter number 5, Minerals and Energy Resources from Geography. And today's topics are what is minerals? Second one is mode of occurrence of minerals. And number 3 is distribution of minerals in India. Okay. So students, as you know very well that from the starting of the human life and even nowadays, every day we are using different things in our daily life which are made from metal. And we cannot even make a list of items which we are using every day and which are made by the metals. So students, some questions will arise here that where do these metals come from? So students, answer is the earth crust is made up of different minerals embedded in the rocks, and various metals are extracted from these minerals after proper refinement. And second question is, what is minerals? So students, a mineral is defined as homogeneous, naturally occurring substance with a definable structure. Minerals are an indispensable or important part of our lives. Everything we use, from a tiny pin to a big ship, is made from minerals. Even the food that we eat contains minerals. And minerals are found in different forms, ranging from the hardest diamond to the softest talc. Okay. And some rocks, for instance, limestone, consist of a single mineral only. But majority of the rock consists of several minerals in varying proportions. Although over 2000 minerals have been identified and only a few are abundantly found in most of the rocks. And students, minerals that will be formed from a certain combination of elements depend upon the physical and chemical conditions under which the material forms, and in turn results in a wide range of colors, hardness, crystal forms, luster and density that a particular mineral possesses. And you know very well that geologists use these properties to classify the minerals. All right. So students, minerals are two types: metallic minerals and non-metallic minerals. And students, as you know that metallic minerals contain metal in raw form. Metals are hard substances that conduct heat and electricity and have a characteristic luster or shine. Iron ore, bauxite, manganese ore are some examples of metallic minerals. Okay. And non-metallic minerals do not contain metals. like limestone, mica, and gypsum are example of such minerals. And students, fuels like coal and petroleum are also non-metallic minerals. Okay. After that, students, metallic minerals are further subdivided into ferrous and non-ferrous minerals. And ferrous minerals containing iron like manganese ore, chromite, pyrite, nickel, and cobalt. And non-ferrous minerals containing metals other than iron like gold, silver, copper, lead, bauxite, tin, and magnesium. After that, energy minerals. And energy minerals are coal, petroleum, and natural gas. So students, after that, your next topic is mode of occurrence. So students, minerals are usually found in ores, ore means an accumulation of any mineral mixed with other elements, and minerals may occur or found in cracks, faults, or joints of igneous and metamorphic rocks. And the smaller occurrences are called veins, and the larger are called lodes. Okay. So students, major metallic minerals like tin, copper, zinc, lead, etc. are obtained from veins and lodes. Okay. And in sedimentary rocks, a number of minerals occur in beds or layers. And coal, iron, gypsum, potash, salt, and sodium salt are found in the layers of sedimentary rocks. Okay. But in some cases, the surface rocks are decomposed and soluble parts are removed, and the residual mass can have minerals. So bauxite is formed by this method. Okay. So students, most of the rivers coming from the mountains bring some sediments with them, and these deposits can be deposited either at the foothills of mountains or in the floodplains. So these are called alluvial or placer deposits, and these deposits may contain minerals such as platinum, gold, silver, tin, etc. Okay. After that, the ocean water and ocean beds have large quantities and varieties of minerals also. Even common salt, magnesium, and bromine minerals can be extracted from ocean water. Okay. While manganese nodules can be mined from ocean beds. So students, you know very well that nature has gifted India with vast reserves of minerals, but they are unevenly distributed. The northern plains are poor in mineral resources, but The peninsular plateaus are rich in coal, metallic and non-metallic minerals. All right. So, broadly speaking, peninsular rocks contain most of the reserves of coal, metallic minerals, mica and many other non-metallic minerals also. And sedimentary rocks on the western and eastern flanks of the peninsula in Gujarat and Assam have most of the petroleum deposits. And Rajasthan, with the rock systems of the peninsula, has reserves of many non-ferrous minerals. And also the vast alluvial plains of North India are almost devoid of economic minerals. So students, these variations exist largely because of the difference in the geological structure, processes and time involved in the formation of minerals. Okay? So students, your next topic is distribution of minerals in India. So students, the distribution of a few major minerals in India. Now we are going to study. But we have to always remember that the concentration of mineral in the ore and the ease of extraction and closeness to the market play an important role in affecting the economic viability of reserves. Because you know very well that extraction points or mines, if very away from the main market, then this extraction of minerals and process consume a lot of expenses like money and mode of transportation, etc., etc., and it is also required proper and good network of infrastructure. That's why it is affecting the economic viability. Okay. Thus, to meet the demand, a choice has to be made between a number of possible options. And when this is done on a mineral deposits or reserves, it is called a mine. All right. So student, first of all, I will explain ferrous minerals. So students, ferrous minerals account for about 3/4 of the total value of the production of metallic minerals in India. But they provide a strong base for the development of metallurgical industries, and India exports a good quantities of ferrous minerals after meeting her internal demands or meeting her Indian demands. Okay. So first is iron ore, manganese, cobalt help in the growth and development of metallurgical industries. And iron ore is the basic minerals and the backbone of industrial development. Magnetite is the finest ore with a very high content of iron, up to 70%. And hematite ore is the most important industrial ore in terms of the quantity used. The four major iron ore belts are Odisha Jharkhand belt, and after that Durg Bastar Chandrapur belt, and next Bellary Chitradurga Chikmagalur Tumkur belt, and Maharashtra Goa belt. Okay. After that, manganese. So students, manganese is mainly used in the manufacturing of steel and ferromanganese alloy. All right. After that, your next distribution of minerals is in all over India, non-ferrous minerals. So students, India's reserve and production of non-ferrous minerals is not very satisfactory. But these minerals, which include copper, bauxite, lead, zinc, and gold, play a vital role in a number of metallurgical, engineering, and electrical industries. All right. So students, first is copper. Copper is a good conductor of electricity and ductile, and it is used in a variety of electrical machines, wires, and cables. But India has a very limited reserves of copper. Okay. Next one is bauxite. So students, bauxite is the ore of aluminium, and we obtain aluminium from bauxite. Aluminium is an important metal because it combines the strength of metal such as iron with extreme lightness and also with good conductivity and great malleability. So Odisha is the largest bauxite producing state in India. And India's bauxite deposits are mainly found in the Amarkantak Plateau, Mackall Hills, and the plateau region of Bilaspur Kanti. And students, Panchpatmali deposits in Korapur district are the most important bauxite deposits in these states. All right. And students, copper is found in the Balaghat mines in Madhya Pradesh, produce 52% of India's copper. Singhbhum district of Jharkhand is also a leading producer of copper. After that, Khetri mines in Rajasthan are also famous for copper production. All right, students, understood? Okay. So students, here your distribution of ferrous and non-ferrous minerals is completed. So students, listen it very carefully, and if you have any confusion or doubt, then contact to me. But students, in your fair copy, you have to fill all kind of ferrous and non-ferrous minerals which I had explained in front of you, and you have to label and point out where all these minerals are found in India. All right, understood? Okay, thank you and have a nice day.